Hello there. Welcome back to another book review. Now, you probably already guessed what this one is, right? By the cover. Goosebumps, book number 31, Night of the Living Dummy 2. The 31st book in the original 62 Goosebumps series, and the second book in the Living Dummy saga. Now, this is the first book where Slappy truly shines and is the main villain. Because at the end of the first book, it's only when then he spoke. After Mr. Wood was destroyed, and this time, he's the main villain in this book. This is as you can see, the German version. Completely different name, completely different number. So yeah, this book is about a 12-year-old girl named Amy Kramer, who has a 14-year-old sister named Sarah, and a 10-year-old brother called Dennis. Jed, sorry. She has this ventriloquist dummy called Dennis, but he doesn't work really well. He keeps losing his head, he keeps falling off. He's just in practical work like that. And Amy obviously begs her dad for a new ventriloquist dummy, and that's when her dad finds Slappy at the local pawn shop. Now, Amy obviously has a lot of fun with Slappy because he actually works mechanically, but all things go south when she reads the magic words that bring him to life. When she reads the magic words, she swears she sees Slappy blink, but Mr. Kramer is skeptical, saying that the dummy could possess a blinking mechanism, and Slappy slaps the dad across the face. It's nice to see him living up to his name. Slappy Slap. And then during one event, one of the days of the family sharing night, which is always on Tuesday or Thursday, I think, Amy gets a performance with Slappy. But because, of course, she read the magic words, not everything goes to plan. Slappy says that Dad is a bad singer, that the mom is getting fat, Sarah is a bad painter, and that Jen is a dumbass. Obviously, they all get insulted, and Amy is sent to bed with Slappy, even though it's not even night yet. So yeah. Then, her friend Margot comes in, they do a poster together, and that everything goes well. Nothing bad happens. But then Amy gets to perform with Slappy on a children's birthday party for this 3-year-old called Alicia. Alicia, that's her name. Although in the TV adaptation, she was a little way older than 3 years. In the book, she's 3, as I read. But yeah, Slappy grabs Alicia's arm. He holds it so hard he nearly breaks it. And while she's crying, he just thinks it is hilarious. I mean, come on, Slappy is evil, that's for sure. Amy then locks away Slappy and doesn't want to use him anymore. But her name, Slappy writes Amy's name all over the walls in Sarah's room that is, with red paintbrush. And so obviously Amy is in trouble, like always. She tries to tell her parents that, no, it's not me, it's Slappy. Slappy's the one doing it. But they don't believe her. And then, one night, when something bad happened as well, that is, Amy trying to explain to her sister Sarah that it is Slappy, Amy is surprised by Sarah's answer. Sarah reveals to her that she already knew that Slappy was alive. She saw him destroying her room, but was afraid to tell her parents because they likely wouldn't believe her. Together, they grab Slappy and throw him down the sewer. However, he returns the next morning. And he's all dirty, and the parents are like, what happened? Why is he so dirty? And so they try to prove to their parents that Slappy is alive. And so their plan was to dress Jen up as Dennis, Amy's old ventriloquist dummy. And that goes just as you'd think. Slappy is alive, tries to hunt them down, And then Slappy is tackled by Jed, Dennis, and his head breaks apart. A little worm-like creature crawls out of his head and goes into the wall. Amy's parents then apologize to her for not believing her, and they want to thank Jed for his bravery. But it turns out that Jed was actually sleeping the whole time. Like as it says here. "It's nearly 11, Dad replied. "Oh no," Jed cried, sitting up. "I'm so sorry I forgot to wake up. I forgot I was supposed to dress up as Dennis." I felt a shiver down my back. I turned to my parents. "Then who fought Slappy?" I asked. Who fought Slappy? Was it Dennis? It must have been Dennis if Jen was asleep the whole time. Oh yeah, that's something I forgot to mention. When Amy first gets Slappy, she finds a moldy sandwich in his head. It was very gross, and it was in there for about probably a couple of months. That was a disgusting moment, I tell ya. But yeah, the book is great. I do like it. This is Goosebumps #1 Aussie fans' favorite Slappy book. I can see why. It's where Slappy truly shines, and it is a really great book. But as I said, my favorite is Night of the Living Dummy 3. I like all three books, but the third will always be my favorite. But yeah, definitely a great book. It is definitely a 10 out of 10. Yeah, that's what I rate it. Yeah. So yeah, I have all three Night of the Living Dummy books. One in English, two in German. Actually, I have Night of the Living Dummy 3 in both English and German. I'll show you. The one that I reviewed, and the German version. The German version uses Tim Jacobus' art, which is awesome. But yeah, that's it for this video. I will also review Bride of the Living Dummy if I ever get it and read it. I promise. See you soon.